Morning everyone, happy Saturday to you. And we're going to be spending some time in the shop today. We finally got a little bit of sun between big storms that are coming in here. I know you guys get tired of hearing that, but isn't she sounding good? I'm halfway through the process of the rebuilding and restoration of the SMQ 300B, the Pioneer. And we still got a little bit of hum you can hear in there, but isn't that beautiful? It's getting all cleaned up. It's getting put back together. There were significant problems with this thing, as you'll see in some of the upcoming video on the restoration and repair. But if you go back and look at the Vintage Audio Spotlight, you'll see there's been a lot of progress made here. There was a lot of problems with some tube sockets. There were a lot of problems with in the output circuit over here, why we weren't getting one channel. So, but for now, this thing is hot too. This thing picks up stuff like you wouldn't believe. Also, it's got the shortwave too, which is pretty good. I was doing some shortwave listening. Yeah, we're getting equal sound out of both channels now. Got two tuners. You can hear something barely there. What you got is, yeah, this is on the shortwave one. Nighttime is always better for shortwave listening. Got all these sideband signals. Oh, well, I think what we'll do is we'll come in at nighttime, but I wanted to give you guys just a little update on that.
And they started talking. Had this really nice talk.
This thing is so hot, this FM reception. I haven't even tuned it. This is the hottest receiver I have for picking up signals.
So that could be what's going on with your low quad, or it's just
mejor en el 1950.
Pretty amazing, huh? Got to get to today's main event is this, what would I say, this intercom system that we have hardwired between the kitchen and the workshop is really not functioning well, and I'm going to be doing a couple tests today to determine what's going on with it, because it makes it very easy for Jen. She doesn't have to walk outside and then walk back if she wants to communicate with me while I am in the shop. But it's been out of service for about a year, and it's time today to get that thing going again. So that's that's the main project today, is try to get some repair. We're still going to be burning in the tubes over here. Still some more things to be done on the set, but but overall, sounding good. So let's go inside. Larry, go Dino. Let's go inside here, and I'll show you the setup on the inside. On the wall here is the main control. You can hear a slight bit of hum. I have to check these to make sure I'm not getting an, if the weak link is going to be in the wiring here. And the problem is I use this heavy speaker cable when I ran this. This is actually hardwired. It runs into the wall and it runs down under the floor here, out up the wall and over to the shop. It was quite a job. You can see the video intercom install. If you just put it in the video search box, you'll be able to see it. So I'm making sure we don't have any. I'm gonna resolder these connections. I don't really think it's good to use a metal ferrule here to clamp that down, but I'm going to try to put a little more insulating tape of the better variety on here, and I might be able to cinch that down there. I don't have a lot of extra slack on here, so you can hear it's kind of crackly. So if Jen wanted to communicate with me, I'm in the shop, which is 1. We want to hardwire the other building out there, the Shine Shack outside. So if she wants to communicate, say in the Shine Shack, she just pushes number 2, pushes down and talks. Just waits for me to respond. Same thing with the shop. She can also lock it in what they call a baby monitor here, I guess. So if you have it in your child's nursery, and this is circa 1970s technology, I know, but you know I love this stuff. You can put the other unit into the baby's nursery, and you can just monitor from here if you use that unit. I don't know. It's you guys get the idea. So I want to try to get this thing going today. This is a classic Fanon unit. So I'm going to ask Missy Jen. It's been about a year since the intercom worked. It hasn't functioned for about a year. It was working well, and it saves you. I don't want to show Jen is kind of a nudie today, but it was giving us great service out there, and then all of a sudden, what, Jen, about a year ago it stopped working?
Yeah, something went loose on a wire set.
Yeah, so I'm going to recheck the wire connections today and see if we can reestablish, because I don't want Jen to have to walk out up and down the steps every time she needs to communicate with me in the shop. So let's go outside. We got the soldering iron heated up. Let's go fix some of these connections. This is a difficult little connection to make here. Gotta hold that. I don't know if you can see that little loop there for that. I think that's what busted loose, because I didn't properly secure this underneath, and I was throwing boxes around, and it probably disconnected that, pulled it through. I know I still got a million people's stuff I'm working on here. Haven't even opened some of it. What we're gonna have to do this repair, we're gonna have to put a little bit of an extension wire through that little eye that you can see there to lengthen that up. Make a good solid connection, then we'll make the connection here, and we'll use some of the Teflon tubing, shrink wrap tubing, to keep it all good. So I'm getting all the material together. Cut back some insulation here. We're just going to make a very small J-hook on the end of this using our long nose pliers here. A little bit of a J-hook. And we're going to capture that through. Actually, we're going to have to put our shrink wrap tubing on first so we can push up the tubing once we've got that connected. I'm going to turn the radio down too. I've now clamped down that little J I made in the end of the wire there. Clamp that down real good, crush that on there, crimp that real good. And you always want to have a mechanical connection too besides a soldered connection. It really helps, okay? This way I have an ability to pretty easily solder this now, okay? Make sure that's all good and clamped down. Now I can just get that, sit that down on the counter, and I can get the soldering iron here. And go ahead and put that into position. Let that heat up a little bit. We'll go ahead and flow our solder onto that connection. And there it is. We have a beautifully heated soldered connection right there. Okay. Next thing we want to do is cut this to size and make the connection here with this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I'm going to strip back some of the wiring, some of the sheathing on this too, okay? See in a little bit. I put a little bit of shrink wrap tubing on the upper part where it's making the connection to the jack here, to the male jack. So the only thing we have to do is add a little more of the heat shrink tubing, and then we're going to cut a piece to go on here. After enough that we can slide it up and then slide it back down to make our connection there. Time to make our last solder connection and then pull down our heat shrink tubing. So let's go ahead and get that really hot, that connection there. I want that really hot. Oops. Might be nice to have things set up before I heat it up there. Oops, I just pulled it right off. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and solder that up right now. Let that heat up all the 2 pieces of wire. Better do it on the table. That those wire cutters are absorbing too much of the heat.
Committed to the future. On today's Soto Sun Show, I have a feeling we're going to talk about starting.
Okay, there's our heat's flowing now.
The new year is always a good time to make changes. Why not cover an outdoor
Alright, so we'll let that capture those 2 wires
David, your
right there. That's done. And then all we have to do, well, our heat shrink tubing got a little hot, so we're going to have to go ahead and use some, either split a piece here down the center and install it like an external sheathing, and then it'll seize up on that and make a good, it'll grip down on that really tight. Let's cut off that piece, and then we can open that up. Finish cutting it a little bit. Okay. And then we put that right over top. Just like that. And we can just take the, we don't have to have the point of the hot soldering iron to get that to seal. Okay, and that'll close right up right there. George, what is it? Huh? Okay, I'm going to cut one more piece and put it on the other side, and we should have a perfectly insulated connection there, okay? Not bad. Good connection. Let's go, let's plug this in now and see if we get anything inside. We'll take a second and turn on some music real loud, and then we'll go inside and hear if we can hear it. Alright, let's run inside. I I always get excited when it's testing time. There's one of the Blues sisters.
Hey now.
You excited? You might finally have the intercom back so you can communicate with me in the shop. I'll let you push station number 1 here and we'll see what we get. There we go, huh? ZST. All right, what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna go outside and have Missy Jen talk to me. I'm gonna turn off the music. We'll see if we can communicate back and forth. Push to talk and then release, right? You can always tell how excited Missy Jen is on my repair projects. Get out of my kitchen, Rosie. Let me turn this down for a minute. Alright. Let's give it a whirl. Test, test, test.
Hi, how are you?
How's it coming through? Is it coming through okay?
I can hear you loud and clear. Scooby-Doo.
Alright, it seems like we have mission accomplished then, so we'll call this a good project. I'm going to go ahead and secure this wiring now, so if I throw a box underneath, it's not going to clip it anymore.
Good job, honey.
Thank you, honey.
Love you.
Love you more. Okay, it's time to go in now. We're going to put the electrical tape on. We're going to tape this up inside. We're going to get this taped up real well. Okay. Make sure these don't short out. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that right now. There we go. These lights will always interfere, but it's okay. Because to communicate, all she has to do is turn off station number 1 there. Or turn the volume down. Like so, and it won't bother, but it gives Jen, right Jen, a convenient chance to communicate with me out there. So, eventually you have to replace this because down below it must be kind of, if you try to squeeze that down, even though that's insulated, still not working.
That's right.
That's right. It's still not insulated, so.
It's not insulated, so we gotta put that tape around there.
We've got to put, even with the tape around it, it's still got some kind of problem. Okay, it's always a struggle, right?
Yeah. But that keeps life interesting.
Okay. We're gonna call that a wrap now. We can go out to the shop and we'll give the final farewell test. Missy Jen loves being, she's such a ham. She loves being on the air. She feels like she's on her own little radio station. So let me turn this down for a minute.
There is a lot written about.
Isn't that a beautiful unit? All right, here we go. Here we go. Come in, Missy Jen. Come in, Missy Jen.
Mr. Junior, how are you, sweetheart?
I'm doing good. I think our intercom issue has now been solved, so that will save you a lot of wear and tear coming outside now. And I like it when, I know you like it when I'm out here and you're inside.
No more kitchen table repairs. Woohoo!
She doesn't like those kitchen table repair doctor videos. So, well, we're fully operational. You know, I love you, so I did this for you.
Baby.
I did this for you, honey.
For watching. If you like this video, share it. Leave us some nice comments down below in the comment section. Give us the thumbs up. Hugs, love, and kisses from the two of us. Mwah. Toodles.
Thanks, everyone.